Howdy y'all, today's the day we're gonna try and start both of these engines. Big Stripes and I are out here sitting on the trailer in the shade early this morning. And if I said I wasn't a ball of nerves right now, I would be completely lying. Like, this is a culmination of 2 years worth of work. It's a make it or break it moment. If this engine doesn't work, if something happens.
Go ahead and get yours.
I don't even see them. Gonna have 3 bolts, so 2 up there. There's 1 under here. Another 3 there. And 3 more back here.
It's going nice.
So there's 3 bolts that go through from the fender into the firewall. Hard to get my camera back there, but they go through right here. And they're fine thread bolts. Just seems like anytime on this machine where they had a bolt with a nut on the other side, they're fine thread. I've ended up pretty much getting new hardware for the floor pans, the firewall, the fenders, because a lot of those were really rusted out. And we had trouble getting them off, especially the fine thread stuff. Somebody asked why I didn't use any of these, I call them ratchet-ended wrenches on this build. And that's because we really never had a good place to use them, but on these fenders, I got a perfect place to use them. I just have to hold it with another wrench on the other side. Our concern and the reason we're leaving the fender off the other side is there's not a ton of clearance under here. If that track decides to hump up, we don't want it to hit the fenders. That little dog ear that was welded on the side of the fender goes into this bolt right here, and it just helps support this floor pan. So we'll get that one started as well. Dad's got the gaskets that he made. This is going to go underneath the big fuel tank. 1 in the front, 1 in the back here. This is a 2B1397 valve. I've actually gotten 2 of them, 1 for each side of the fuel tank, because our old ones were shot. They're basically a 1/2-inch ball valve, and they do not come with a handle. I don't know why. To put the valves on here and here with our thread sealant, and we're going to put a little diesel in here, slosh it around, and clean out this tank, but it's in really good shape in there. Very surprising for this tractor. I put the 90-degree on here. This is the one that goes at the end of the tank for drain. I've got the valve closed. Dad's putting thread sealant on there, and we're going to put this valve on there. I'm just going to leave the handle off of here because, yeah, I don't want somebody turning it on at a show and draining out all our diesel. Pretty snug.
Yeah, I would stop right
a little bit more.
A little bit. Don't go any around again.
Right there.
Yeah.
We're going to put a little diesel in here, slosh it around, and drain it out. This diesel will go in our stove. It'll help heat our shop for the winter.
All right, let's do it on this side.
We forgot there's a baffle in that valve. You can see it down in the tank, right directly underneath the filler.
There it goes.
Don't look bad at all.
No, it's fine. Okay.
No, there's some junk in there. A little bit. Coming out here to the early 7U to check to see what kind of bolts are under the fuel tank, and I bought them. I'm pretty sure they're the right ones, but I want to double check, and it looked like they're fine thread. And they got a big flat washer on top, but yeah, they're fine thread. It's a funny thing, we're almost done with this project. I don't know, another week or 2 maybe, if everything goes okay today. But part of me doesn't want it to end. Part of me's like, well, what's my purpose? Like, what are we doing next? I have other projects we're gonna do next, but It's a really weird feeling. One thing about it, whoever owned this tractor originally did buy clean fuel and keep it clean. That tank is immaculate inside. Got it? You're gonna have to come my way here. We got the fuel tank bolted down loosely, and Dad's feeding the fuel line through here. Let me go around the back and see if I can get it.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be a
trick. We got an estimate. They were actually going to build us a nice rubber fuel line with some braided steel on the outside, and it was what, $600?
About almost $500.
Yeah, $500, and we decided we're going to make the old original copper one work. Ding here on the fender I missed. And I got in a hurry with some of this stuff.
I wanted to get it in and flare it, because it's going to be hard to flare there. We'll have to take it back out.
Well, then flare it now.
I don't know it'll work.
Oh. We were down here running this fuel line, and I noticed there's another bolt up here in the fender I forgot to put in.
What I want to know is if I need to cut some off, or if I can just flare it right there.
I think I would flare it, because we're going to need to bend it to give it slack in a few areas underneath there.
This will screw in our valve, and then my flare will go on here. So, can I flare it right there?
I mean, yeah. You can, but I would flare it.
It's going to be long.
Can we get the nut and everything through that hole in the floorboard? Because we got to get it. We got to get it back up through here.
See, here's the nut. It ain't that big.
We did get this side. Yeah, it's started. It's nice. We're going to have to be careful that this isn't rubbing on anything in here. That's a big problem.
Well, after we get it hooked up, we'll do some creative...
some fitment. Now that we know that the length of the fuel line will work with this valve and the fitting that we got going up here, we're going to pull the tank off so we can flare this.
Take it over there.
This is basically a flare fitting adapter to the pipe thread. This is 1/2-inch pipe thread. We've flared a lot of stuff. A lot of copper over the years. Dad's got the flaring tool set up. Here you want that, so you can give it the old Hawk Tua. Yeah, that should be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had solder on it, and I heated it the other day. It should be okay.
We'll put some of that thread sealer on the fitting and put our tank back on here and hook it up.
Gotta go your way. There.
Now all we gotta do is hook it up and tighten it down. This floor pan's gotta come back. And we gotta get this away right here.
It's tight.
Oh, you tightened it.
Yeah,
so
it's
we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. Everything's tight.
Yeah, it's on.
We kind of fought this a little bit, and I had to put a pipe wrench on my fitting here. We're gonna touch it up, but this really bugs me. I didn't want to do it. I tried everything else, but it finally worked. Everything's lined up. Line's not rubbing on anything. I think we're gonna move ahead. We're just snugging down the bolts on the fuel tanks right now. Go ahead and give it a couple. I gotta take the top off the fuel tower, and we're gonna dump some diesel in here to prime it. I'm also gonna open up the bleeder valves here and here. Dad just cleaned off the screen that goes in the tank. And that snap ring just kind of holds it in there. And the fuel gauge, got to have the fuel gauge in there. And there's that snap ring that holds the screen in. They're kind of sticky. Oh, there we go.
You just didn't hit it hard enough.
I'm going to leave it right there.
I think you'd go more than that.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those filters are going to displace.
Well, they're going to soak it up, though.
Yeah, true. No.
They're cloth. They'll absorb a lot.
Yee.
Gonna overfill.
I think we'll be all right, but it's close. It's close. I can't stop Dad today. He's just itching to get going. He's going to put some diesel in the main tank. Going to put a little of this diesel fuel additive in here, and this is to accommodate for the older diesels that use the higher sulfur diesel. I'm just going to put a little bit in here because we're not filling the tank all the way up. Time to put some gas in the pony motor. Turn on the fuel here. There it comes. These are open. I'm going to leave them open. I'm going to pull this through a few times to make sure the cylinders are clean. Put some fuel to it. What do you think?
Yeah.
And turn my mag on, choke on, throttle on.
Half throttle.
Half throttle? Let's do half throttle. There. All right, here goes. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I don't see any spark.
Yep. I got the magneto off of here. I've got another one I might put on there so we can give it a try. We just tested that other magneto and we tested ours again. And it's got a very weak spark, so I'm not sure what's up there. We've got the other magneto in here. We had to retime it, make sure everything was timed. And there's also on the back of the flywheel on the pony motor, there's a top dead center mark and magneto mark and a bunch of other marks to help you time it. So you can see it down there on the top of the flywheel. It's very hard to see. Right next to the belt there, it's top center. So top center, everything's lined up here.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's sparking. Well, this is always a fun way to spend the afternoon. So we got the magneto back on here. It's timed. We're gonna try it again. I thought maybe if I shut off all the cameras it would start, but that didn't work either. So we're actually gonna try it again. What was that?
Ooh, I smell it. Burnt gas.
Good. I want burnt gas.
It's rich.
Okay, let me lean it.
It's really rich.
Okay, there's a wasp nest in the pony motor exhaust. Like mud daubers had it plugged up. It just shot that out of there. Crazy.
I swore I cleaned that out.
I know we did.
Oh, you know what? We never took that manifold off of there.
Well, maybe not.
Well, it's blowing it out now.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
torque these heads right here on the pony motor.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
They're warm. So a couple things. The oil pressure pegged. Like it had that gauge at least. It pegged it. Yeah, we overfilled the water. The pinion is not staying engaged, so we're going to have to deal with that. We didn't get any fuel pressure. Had a little bit of leak out of here, out of the top of the injectors, but I snugged those up. Dad's going to pull the valve cover off. We're going to see if we got any oil up there. We had super high oil pressure. In fact, I just checked it, and the oil's down here in the low, which tells me that it filled up our filter. It's probably getting some up top, too. Let's check. Yep, because there was fuel coming out of this bleeder, and yeah.
But I never seen it.
I never seen it on the fuel gauge either.
I can already see we got oil up there.
Oh yeah, we got oil. There's oil all over the top of the head.
Yeah, but we need to see it run.
When we fire it up next time, we need to have the valve cover off and we can check that. We're definitely going to need to put more engine oil in it. Oh, it didn't lose hardly anything.
No.
It's up above the cores yet. I know my temperature gauge works. It's probably hard for you guys to see, but the pony motor running it brought it up off of that mark there. So we're getting back in here because we've got a few pinion adjustments we're going to have to do. Our pinion's actually stuck engaged, so we definitely want to get that freed up before we try to start the pony motor again. Now we're still full of fuel, right where it's supposed to be. Or oil, not fuel.
Yeah, okay, hold it right there.
Dad is adjusting the pinion. He's backed that out. What are you going to do, a half a turn?
Half a turn, I think.
Because they were too tight. They wouldn't disengage, so we'll try that.
There it went. There it went. There it snapped in.
Okay. It's stuck?
No. I don't know why my clutch won't snap in up here.
It seems like it's far out, but Dad's going to go a full turn back. Here's your cotter keys.
Okay, there's that one. Go ahead a little bit. While it's there, I'll bend it. Hold it right there.
This is definitely like that game of Operation when we were kids.
All right, turn it, and then I'll bend a leg on that, and we'll be done. Little bit. That's good.
So I got everything snugged up where I could see there was little seeps and leaks. I think we might be okay to start the main engine on the next one. We're going to try. We got everything ready to do it. But it was a big victory today to see this pony motor run, and I'm not going to lie, it's been a long road, and we were all in tears today. I'm really happy that you're all here with us, and thanks for watching. Whoever owned this tractor originally did buy fuel. Yeah, they bought fuel.